everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we will talk about Edexcel for Mathematics exam paper. We will solve these questions and I will give you some tips, some easy ways to solving these questions, and you will be free, feel free, and you will understand all the steps in easy way. Let's get started with the first question. It says simplify 2 times root 5 square. What should we do at first? That is easy question. We have to rewrite the number that we will take as square, because this means square of any number means to multiply it itself. That's easy, but we have some procedure for solving this question. In multiplication, we have to multiply the numbers in front of the root. 2 times 2 is 4, and we will multiply root 5 by root 5. It will be 5. Why? I will explain this for you. Any number a times a, root a times root a should give us a, which is greater than or equal to 0. Then if you multiply root 5 by root 5, we will get 5 in easy way, and the answer should be 20. That's the first part. And second part a little bit harder, but no worry about this, we can handle it. It says root 2 over 2 times root 5 minus 3 times root 2. We have to multiply both numerator and denominator with the conjugate of denominator. We have to find denominator in integer. 2 times root 5 plus 3 times root 2 is the conjugate of denominator. Let's talk about this procedure. For example, 3 times root 5 minus 5 has a conjugate like 3 times root 5 plus 5. That's the information. Let's do another example. 3 minus root 2 has a conjugate of 3 plus root 2. That's really easy. Super easy. And let's do the calculation. We know how to multiply this term with this. That's really easy. Look at that. Root 2 times 2 times root 5 plus 3 times root 2 over multiplication of these two terms. How can we do this? We can write here both of them. Multiply 2 times root 5 plus 3 times root 2. That's really easy. First term with the first term, we got 20, as we did here. Check. And first term times second term. But we have to be careful about the sign, because sign is really important. The first term has a positive sign, and the second term has again positive sign. Then we have to get a positive number here. And we also apply the same procedure. Numbers first. 2 times 3 is 6. And root 5 times root 2 is root 10. And we have positive sign. We finish first part, and we will continue with second term times first term. It means minus 3 times root 2 times 2 times root 5. That will give us 3 times 2 is 6. Also we have to write the sign. 2 times root 2 times root 5 is root 10. And we can write here minus 6 times root 10. And last part, second term times second term. It means minus 3 times root 2 multiply 3 times root 2. We will get again negative sign. Minus 9 times 2. Why? Because root 2 times root 2 is 2. Then we will get n minus 18. After simplification, we will get 2 as a denominator. Let's check what did we do. We multiply the conjugate of denominator with the both numerator and denominator. We didn't do anything about numerator, but we finished the denominator and we find 2 and do the same procedure. Multiply 1 times root 2, 1 times root 2 times 2 times root 5. 1 times 2 is 2. Root 2 times root 5, root 10. And we'll multiply first term with the second term. 1 times root 2 times 3 times root 2. We will get 1 times 3 is 3 and sign is positive, as you see. Positive 3 times, as you see, root 2 times root 2 will give us 2. We have to simplify it. 2 times root 10 plus 6 over 2. We have to take parentheses like 2 times parentheses root 10 plus 3 over 2. These are cancelled and answer will be 3 plus root 10. 1 times root 10, and we have to write it like, what did he say? Yes, root b. It means a is 3, b is 10. No problem, that's done. Okay, let's continue with second question. What did it say? Solve the simultaneous equation. If you look at carefully, we can write this y is equal to 2x plus 4. Why? Because we take these two terms to another side, to the other side, and sign will be changed. And we will put this value y into the equation, second equation. For x squared plus y squared. Look at that. Y squared plus 20x is equal to 0. What about y? Y is obviously clear here. 2x plus 4. We have to write this. 4x squared plus 2x plus 4. Let's check it again. 2x plus 4. And take square plus 20x is equal to 0. Let's do some calculation. We know how to take a parenthesis square. Okay, let's do some recall here. Recall. A plus b square means a square plus 2ab plus b square. For example, x plus 2 square is x square plus 2 times first term, second term, and square of second term. It will be x square plus 4x plus 4. That's the recall for us. And square of first term is 4 squared. Plus, because of this sign, 2 times first term, second term, and plus square of second term. That part is finished. That part is finished, and 20x is here. Let me clear here. And 4x squared plus 4x squared, that will be 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 4 is 16x plus 16 here, and 20x will be 0. Here we have 4x squared plus 4x squared, 8x squared plus 36x plus 16 will be 0. We have to find x, right? We have to solve this equation, x and y. We can divide both sides by 4, and we will get 2x squared plus 9x plus 4 will be 0, and we have to write this in these terms. 2 times 4 will be 8x, x times 1 will be x, then we will get the middle term, whatever. Then we can write this side by side. 2x plus 1 times x plus 4 will be 0. That means these two term can be 0. 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. 2x will be minus 1. X will be minus 1 over 2. And x plus 4 equal to 0. X is minus 4. What should we do? We will put these values to the equation to check it. Y is equal to 2x plus 4, as we did here. If x is minus 1 over 2, then y will be 2 times minus 1 over 2 plus 4. Y is equal to 2 times minus 1 half will be minus 1 plus 4. Y will be positive 3. Then equation will be minus 1 half and 3. If x is minus 4, then we can say that y is equal to 2x plus 4. Y is equal to 2 times minus 4 plus 4. Y is equal to minus 8 plus 4. Y is minus 4. Then the solution set will be minus 4 minus 4. That's all. That's finished. Okay. Let's try to do the third question. We have here some equation, and we have to take the derivative of this. It's very easy. Y is equal to 4x cubed minus 5 over x. The derivative of y will be 4 times 3x 3 minus 1, as you know. Let's have a recall for that. Recall. Y or f of x is, for example, 5x cubed. The derivative of f of x is 5 times the power and 1 minus of a power. That is the rule 15 times x squared. After this recall, we can solve this again. The derivative of 4x cubed will be 4 times 3 times x squared. What about this one? For example, if f of x is 1x or 3 over x, the derivative of this one is really easy. We can write this 1 over x like x to the power of minus. And we can take the power in front of the unknown, and when reduced the power, it will be minus 1 over x squared. That is the derivative of 1 over x. And also we can take the derivative of this like 3 times x to the power of minus 1. That will be 3 times minus 1 times x to the power of minus 1 minus 1. That will be minus 3 times x to the power of minus 2. That will be minus 3 over x squared. So, what is the derivative of 5 over x? That will be 5 times x to the power of minus 1. The derivative of this 5 times minus 1 times x to the power of minus 2. That will be minus, already we have, times minus 5 times minus 2. Then the derivative of y is 12x squared plus 5 over x squared. That's done. And the part B says take integral of y. That's also really easy. We can write it again. Y is equal to 4 times x cubed minus 5 over x. We take integral of both sides. Integral of y will be what? How can we take the integral of 4 times x cubed? We have a rule. If we have any polynomial like 5 to the x to the power of 4 dx, this will be, the constant will be in front of integral and the polynomial is inside. We have to add 1 to the power and divide this with whole power. What does it mean? X to the power 5 over 5. We already have 5 here. Then we can write that 5 times x to the power of 5 over 5. These are cancelled and the answer will be x to the power of 5. Then this is equal to x to the power of 5 plus the constant. What about our question? Our question is this, similar to this. 4 is outside, x cubed dx. We have to do this part by part or together, it doesn't matter. Our rule is simple. X to the power of 3 plus 1 divide 3 plus 1. That will be 4 times x to the power of 4 over 4. These are cancelled and this part of equation or question will be x to the power of 4. Then we can write integral of y x to the power of 4 minus this part 5 over x dx. Let's do recall again. Recall for this type of functions. For example, dx over x will be ln x plus c. What about 5 dx over x will be 5 times ln x. So this part should be 5 ln x plus c. Alright, that's really easy. Okay, what about fourth question? Here we have a sequence u sub 1, u sub 2, u sub 3 is defined by this equation. It is really easy. Just put 1 to equation instead of n. We get, let's do together. 1 u3 is equal to 2 times u2 minus u1. As you see, we just put 1 instead of n. Then we get this result, and we will check this by giving information. u1 is 4. We just write it. u2 is also 4. 2 times 4. And u3 will be 2 times 4 is 8 minus 4. u3 will be 4. That's really easy. Done. Part A is done. And the part B says, what is the total of u1, u2, u3 up to u20? As you see, the first term is the sequence is 4, and second term is also 4, third term is also 4, and all the other terms will be 4. Then we have to add 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus, with 20 term we will get 4 times 20, 80. That's the second part is done. We have another sequence here, and it is a little bit harder, but we will apply same procedure. For example, we will just write instead of n, we will write 1 instead of n. So v3, as you see, 1 plus 2 is equal to 2 times v2, we add here 1 plus 1, minus v1. N is greater than or equal to 1, that's really important. And we have v1 as a k, v2 is 2k, 2 times 2k minus k, because v1 is k, v2 is 2k, and v3, let's calculate it. 2 times 2k is 4k minus k, v3 will be 3k. As we see that v1 is k, v2 2k, v3 3k, and respectively v4 will be 4k. And the question says, add first 5 terms of the sequence. K plus 2k plus 3k, 4k, and 5k will be 165, and these will be 3k, 6k, 10k, 15k will be 165, k will be 11, and we find the value of k. That's finish. And continue with the another question, and it says the equation is given where p is a constant. It has no real roots. Okay, it's quadratic equation, and if it has no real roots, discriminant is less than 0. Delta is defined by b square minus 4ac. What does it mean? Normally, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. It's the general identification of general form of the quadratic equation. Then here we have b and a and c. That is the discriminant of this quadratic equation, and if it is less than 0, then it means it has no real root. No real root. Then we apply this formula to the question. Let's take a look at, first of all, define a is p minus 1, right? B is 4, C is p minus 5, as you see, A, B, and C. Let's rewrite again. General form, ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Then a is p minus 1, b is 4, and c is p minus 5. And we will just apply the formula. Discriminant b squared minus 4ac. Let's do it. B is 4, 4 squared is 16, minus 4 times a, p minus 1, times c, p minus 5 should be less than 0. Then we do calculation. 16 minus 4, and we just multiply these two terms just here. P minus 1 times p minus 5 should be p squared minus, first of all, let's do it step by step. P squared, p times minus 5 minus 5p, and minus 1 times p minus p, and minus 1 times minus 5 is 5. That will be p squared minus 6p plus p. We can write this here. P squared minus 6p plus p is less than 0. Just delete this. 16, we multiply this part with 4, then we will get minus 4p squared plus 24p, because minus sign times minus sign will be positive. Minus 4 times plus 5 will be minus 20, less than 0. We will have here 4p squared plus 24p minus 4 less than 0. We will divide this inequality by minus 4. Why? Because we want to have positive sign in front of the highest degree term. the term which has highest degree, then our equation will be changed. 0 over minus 4 still 0. This sign turns to greater than 0 because of we divide both sides with the minus negative number. We have p square minus 6p plus 1. That what we got. Then the part A asks, show that P satisfies this. That's right, it satisfies. But we have to find the set of possible values of P. And that's also easy. Let's write here A, part A, and here we have part B. And what should we do? We have to do like full square, like p minus 3 squared plus or minus something. We can find it by writing or opening this p square minus 6p plus 9, but we need to subtract 8, and we will get, this will be p minus 3 squared minus 8 will give us exactly the same of this part. Then we have to talk about this. P minus 3 squared greater than 8. What does it mean? Or for which values P satisfies? First of all, we have to take root of both sides. P minus 3 is greater than root 8, and P minus 3 is less than minus root 8. That will be P minus 3 is greater than 2 times root 2. P is greater than 2 times root 2 plus 3, or here P minus 3 is less than minus 2 times root 2, and P is less than 3 minus 2 times root 2. These are our solution set here, and that's all. Okay, and the part B is finished. And another question is a little bit harder, and it says the curve C has equation as it given here. Find the derivative of this function or equation, however you call it. That's really easy. Let's do it. Y is equal to, let's do the multiplication operation here, x cubed, let's do it part by part, x cubed minus 3x squared plus 4x minus 12 over 2x. Let's do a simplification. X cubed minus 3x squared plus 4x minus 12 over 2x. If you take a derivative of this rational number, let's say, we have a quotient rule for derivative. F of x, let's say that we call recall f of x is p of x over q of x, and q of x is not equal to 0, then f prime, or derivative of f of x, will be p prime times q minus p of x times q prime x over q of x square. That is our formula, quotient rule. And we just apply this. Derivative of numerator 3x squared minus 6x plus 4 times 2x minus x squared minus 3x squared, x cubed minus 3x squared plus 4x minus 12 times the q prime is 2 over the square of denominator, 4x squared. After simplification, this we will find the answer. Let's do it. Just multiply 2 by these three terms. 6x cubed minus 12x squared plus 8x minus 2x cubed minus 6x squared plus 8x minus 24, and we have here 4x squared, and we continue with simplification. 6x cubed minus 12x squared plus 8x minus 2x cubed plus 2 minus sign is multiply, then we get positive sign, positive x squared, and minus 8x and plus 24 over 4x squared. And we do the similar term in the operation. 4x cubed, we have here minus 6x squared, we have and 0 here, and we have the constant plus 24 over 4x squared. That is not the simplest form. We can write this like in the simplest form, or yes, it's in the simplest form, and this can be written like 4x cubed over 4x squared minus 6x squared over 4 square over x squared plus 24 over 4x squared. Then we have 4's are cancelled, and we have x here, and here x squares are done, cancelled, and we have 3 over 2, and here we have 6 over x squared. That is y prime, and in the simplest form. Okay, and it says, asks, find an equation of the tangent to C at the point where x is minus 1. That's really easy. Why? After find the derivative of this function y, we have, if we put the x value minus 1 in this term, in this function, we will find a tangent of this this function at point -1, we have let me write f prime -1 is -1 minus 3 over 2 plus 6 over -1 squared. That will give us a tangent like -1 minus 3 over 2 plus 6, because this will be positive 1. 6 over 1 is 6, and we have here these are 5. 5 minus 3 over 2 is 7 over 2. That is the tangent at a point -1, and the equation give your answer in the form. We have to equation of tangent. That here we have a formula. Tangent is called m, and the equation will be a point y and a point x. This will give us y is equal to ax plus b as a tangent equation. And what we have? We have a tangent m, 7 over 2. What is our point x0, y0? x0 is -1, the question gave us. And what is y0? We will find by putting -1 into the equation. y0 will be -1 squared is +1, plus 4 is 5, and -1 minus 3 will be -4, and divide 2 times -1. What will we have? These are positive, 2's are cancelled, y is 10, and we found the point -1 and 10, and we can write the equation like 7 over 3 is a tangent in the equation, and the points are 10 over x minus -1. Then we have the equation 7x plus 7, 2y minus 20, and here we swap these two terms. We have nothing to change. 2y is equal to 7x plus 7 plus 20. This one goes to another side. 2y is 7x plus 27, and y is 7 over 2x plus 27 over 2. That's the answer. The tangent, the equation of the tangent. Yes, but the question, okay. The question says that the equation should be like this. Okay, we can change it like y, or how to say, yes, and 0 is equal to 7 over 2x minus y plus, yes, that's the answer, no problem. Okay, let's go for the next question. Given y is equal to 2 to the power of x, express 4 to the power of x in terms of y. It's really easy, super easy. How can we solve this? Look at that. Y is equal to 2 to the power of x. What about 4 to the power of x? It means 2 to the power of x power 2. That means we have to take square of both sides. Then we have 4 to power x as y to power 2, y square. The answer is y square. Really easy. So this one, that's also super easy. 2 power x, let's say will be k. Then 4 to power x should be k square, right? Because we called that if 2 to the power of x is y, then 4 to the power of x will be y squared. Let's put it into the equation. It will be, let's take this here, and 8 times y square minus 9 times y plus 1 is equal to 0. 8 y square minus 9y plus 1. We have to solve this quadratic equation. 8y and y minus 1 minus 1. We checked. Minus 8 minus y will give the middle term. Then we can write these terms side by side. Minus 8y minus 1 times y minus 1 should be 0. Then it means 8 times y, 8y minus 1, 8y minus 1 should be 0, 8y should be 1, y should be 1 over 8. Or a minus 1 should be 0, a should be 1, y should be 1, and we have to solve for x because we change the unknown. Let's write y, let's write 2 to the power x instead of y. 2 to the power of x is equal to 1 over 8. That means it is 2 to the power of minus 3. Then x will be minus 3. We apply same procedure for this. 2 to the power of x is 1. 2 to the power of x is 2 to the power 0 because 2 to the power of 0 is 1. Then x should be 0. We are done. That's all. Yes, that's finished. Let's move to the next question. Factorize completely this term. That's really easy. Let's do it. We have to search common factor. What we have x's here, just x. X times 9 minus 4x squared. But we are not done because we have a rule here. What was the rule? It is not really easy to see, but I can recall for you. Recall what? A square minus b square has a special form, a minus b times a plus b. And where the a square and b square, I can show you 3 squared minus 2x squared. Did you see? Then we have x times 3 minus 2x times 3 plus 2x. That is the completely factorization of the term 9x minus 4x cubed. Okay? And the second part says sketch the curve C with the equation. It asks for sketching this function, and we have to, okay, we have some more procedure for this, but I will use some program for that. Our equation is 9x minus 4x cubed power 3. Let's see, that is the graph. The question says, show on your sketch the coordinates at which the curve meets the x-axis, and we can find it at which points the curve meets the x-axis. It means what is the solution for this equation, 9x minus 4x cubed, where this function is 0 means where the curve meets the x-axis. We had some factorization here. X times 3 minus 2x times 3 plus 2x. Which points makes this equation 0? Easily we can write 0 and 3 over 2 and minus 3 over 2. These points are meeting point for x-axis for the curve. And show the length of AB. Okay, don't jump. The points A and B lie on C and have x coordinates of -1 and 1 respectively. The points A and B lie on C, okay, and have x coordinates of -1 and 2. Show that the length of AB is k times root 10. It's really easy because -2 has y value. If we write here -2 times 3 minus 2 times -2 times 3 plus 2 times -2, and we have -2 times 3 plus 4 times 3 minus 4, we have -2, 7, -1, we have 14. And our point is -2 and 14. The other point is 1, and the other one should be what? Let's do it here. Okay, 1 times 3 minus 2 times 1 times 3 plus 2 times 1. Okay, we just put 1 here. 1 is not important. 3 minus 2 times 3 plus 2, we have 1 times 5, we have 5. So our point is 1 and 5. It asks what is a length of this point AB, and finding in the coordinate x and y any point A and B has a coordinate x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. Our length is x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared, and the whole square of this. And so we can easily write the length. Length is L root -2 minus 1 squared. We subtract -1, we subtract 1 from -2. -2 minus +1, 14 minus 5 squared. Then we have what we have. Length is minus 3 squared plus 9 squared. Then we have 9 plus 71, and length will be 90, and we have 9 times 10, we have length 3 times root 10. The last part of the question. Yes, we have 9 questions. Let's say Jess started work 20 years ago. In year 1 her annual salary was this one. Her annual salary increased by 1,500 each year, so that her annual salary in year 2 was blah blah blah. This continued until it reached her maximum annual of 32,000 pounds in year K. Her annual salary then remained at 32,000. Find the value of constant K. Calculate the total amount that Jess has earned in the 20 years. A little bit confused, but not really hard. Let's say first year what we have? First year we have 17,000, and the second year we have 17,000 plus 1,500, and the third year we have this one plus 1,500, and in year 3, yes, we have 20,000 pounds. Yes, where she will get 32,000, we don't know. But we can find it like calculating in easy way. Let's make a guess. For example, after 5 years, or let's do it in kth year, she have this one, and for example, first year there is no 1,500, but second year we have 1, and third year we have 2 of 1,500. It means in kth year we have k minus 1 times 1,500. That will be equal to 32,000. We can easily find this equation and k. K minus 1 times 1,500, and we subtract 17,000 from 32,000. We have 15,000, and 1,500 times k minus 1 will give us 10 is equal to k minus 1. K is 11. That's really easy. 11 years. And it asks calculate total amount in 20 years. In 20 years. Yes. What should we do? And we continue with this 20 year. Her money, we don't know. 17,000 plus 19 times 1500, and the total number will be huge money, but how to calculate this in easy way? Yes, let's do it for easy, in easy way. We have 20 times of this salary, right? We have this salary, and we have how many of 1500? How many? At first, in the second year we have 1, third year we have 2, up to 20 year we have 19. What is the total number of this one? Is means 1 plus 2 plus up to 19. That will be 19 times 20 over 2. We have 190 times 1,050, 500 pounds. That will be total amount of this girl. We have 34, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 19 times 15, 5, 4, 9, 9, 1, 5, 8, 2, 2, 8, 5, 0, 0, 0. And if we add these two, we have 5, 2, and 6. That is our girl's money. Okay, we are done. And last question. What is last question? A curve with equation passes through the point 4 and 9. Given that is the derivative is given, we have to do integration for that, and then the constant will be found by using these 2 points. Point P lies on a curve, the normal. That question will be solved in the next video. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.